Welcome back to StockSmart, where we use technical indicators to determine those proper entry and exit signals in the marketplace. We have to start off by saying thank you to Mr. A.J. Birch for becoming the newest patron. Thank you very much, sir. You are a legend. And I think it's about time that we restart our patronage support videos. How's that sound? A little bit of a thank you. Okay. So let's start off with some of our best lists here. Then we go weekly or daily, okay? AMC pins and SPCE. Very good. So we can look for those three. Let's look for the weekly. And we're currently sitting on AMD. Let's switch over to that AMC. Okay. And we can go for AMCX as well. Now take a look at what is going on here. All right. Aha. Okay. So we see that out of this hammer last week, yeah, this was noticeable, okay? Now let's pull this out to the weekly because we're starting to get red here, all right? Now, if on that, and that SMA is on a 20 period, we need our SMA squeeze on a 150 period, okay? And squeeze histogram, volume, comp, and histogram average. Okay. Now, what do we see? We see way back here was the perfect entry point, all right? And we really got our rock bottom detector here. So if I hit 400 subscribers, all right, get us up to 400, above 400, okay, and I'll put this rock bottom detector over on GitHub for everyone to use and have, okay? So hit that subscribe button and little notification bell, and let's get to think scripting together. All right. So we see this accumulation swing index and this big move above, all right? Now, we are on the weekly schedule, okay? And we are trying to scan for weeklies. Okay. Now let's see what else we have here. All right. We got a Vortex 4-way TPST, which went from $15.67 to $35. Okay. Well, let's go move in here. On the weekly, we're rock bottom. All right. But look here. Look what happened. Just Monday morning, boom, it blew up. All right, to $48. And when did this happen? This happened pre-market, 7 o'clock. Use your pre-market hours, okay? Now, coming in and checking this out here, we see that we got our low and a bit of that Darvis box fake out signal that kind of seems like when we get this particular type of signal, it's a fake out, because as you can see on the weekly, we got a down signal, not an up signal, yet the price just completely blew up, okay? But on the 4-hour signal, we do see that we finally got our low, our rock bottom, with a bit of, you know, some of these good indications. Good signal, good signal, good signal. Okay, so with all of those, good signal. You know, bearing down, we see that we get this move here. All right, pull back and then the pop. That's just the Vortex 4-way. Let's go down here and check out some of our other ones. And let's see what our Super Troopas is. And we've got a Super Troopas list that scans many things and on many time frames, and it looks like BEST is on one of those lists. Okay. All right. And it looks like we are hitting some form of bottom here. All right. Let's go back in there and see if we can find something else. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. Okay. And if not, let's go down and maybe we'll check out what some of these squeezes are. Okay. Now we've got standard error. 1 hour, all the best. Let's see. And we may not find anything being squozen right now. We'll see if there's anything on this list. And if the Momo LBR daily doesn't work, let's check our market Senti ONZ daily. And that's pins and SPCE. Once again, let's check our four-way STC, SPCE. Let's check our 4 YouTube example on the daily. That's AMC, CLDX, Neo, pins, and SPCE. So there seems to be a bit of a trend here. All right, now let's check our Rune Bullish 1 and 4 hour all, or let's check our weekly first. Daily. Here we go. AEHL. Looks like carv. Now, carv did have a run early this morning, pre-market. We can see what it's going to look like today, and it looks like it is sitting on 0, rock bottom detector verified. Let's see if it crosses above 0 on histogram. Starts to trend back up, okay? So pay attention to that one. L cap, new A. This was on my list this morning. Let's see, PPERY. SGOC has gone for a little bit of a run. SPCE, SPI has a little bit of action today, and XELA looks like has had a bit of a pop today too. Okay. So when we see our rock bottom detector go off, and then we use, let's say, our Super 3 setup for YouTubes, or even our buy the dip indicator. Okay. So that is a very good set of lists. All right. Now, we'll go with the Arun up 80, down. We've got Apple, AZN, Pinterest, and SPCE. All right, let's check out our 52-week high, or we can check out our 52-week low. So for 52-week high, we've got TPST, TME, SPI, SPCE, pins, Neo, Mamat, Clove, CLDX, BEST, Babig, and AMC going for this little drop here. Now, given the current trend in AMC in this 5 minutes, let's pull it out to the hour. Okay. Now, we got this low last week. Let's take and draw a little bit of some lines here. Let's go from here to here, and we'll see if it respects this line or not. And it looks like this is still a valid line as well, right here and right here. Okay. Very good. And let's check out those 52-week lows. And that's 52-week low on the daily. And let's check out a 52-week low on the weekly. Let's see if it shows me anything. Nope, not quite. All right, so let's get rid of our week and month pivots. And we'll consider building a strategy with this soon enough, okay? Last updated the 20th of April 2009. Okay, that's a bit oldie, but given that I have been looking for a strategy that we can find the R1, 2, and 3, S1, 2, and 3 levels, and something that we can share with the viewers that they're able to keep up with and understand too, or at least if they're to, pull up their Create tab in Studies, they would be able to keep up as well, okay? Of course, we have all of these things over here that can help us along the way, okay? And we can go through our studies alphabetically until we find something we're looking for. All right. So let's get rid of that. And let's go over to another list. Let's go with our Ehlers Smart 80X. And if that one doesn't want to do anything, we'll go for this one. And let's see what our market watch looks like. Looks like a lot of green here. Okay. And we've got our public watch lists, and we have our personal watch lists. These are the ones that would say, I'm buying, okay? The ones that I would personally be involved in. And look how green that is, okay? When you're good at picking them, you're good at picking them. So make sure you subscribe, and you'll be good at picking them too. All right. That is a good bit of green. We love it. All right. So let's come back over into our alerts here, and we'll see what has been added to our lists for us this morning. Yes. All right, so we've got Verb, BPY, PFPT, all right, SDC, SLDX, and Clove, AMD, and Tesla. All right, so pins are showing up in quite a few places. Looks like LCAP, AMC, New A. Yeah, certainly. TPST, Gamma Squeeze, 4 YouTube Example, Vortex 4-Way, Pump and Dump 4-Hour. Ooh, baby, TPST was the one for this morning, and when did it first show up? All right, so this morning it looks like it first made us aware. AMC made us aware at 4:39. SPCE made us aware at roughly 4 in the morning. All right, so let's type in that ticker symbol, and that is what? TPST. All right, so let's find out when we were first queued in on TPST's explosive possibilities. All right, how far back does it go? All right, so let's go to this morning, and boom, 3 o'clock in the morning, we get this big list of stocks that pop up. All right, Playboy, Pixie, Archon, Rick, Ride, Lordstown, you know, all of these, okay? Vivant on the Arun Stupid Buy Signal daily. All right, now when you get something on the Arun Stupid Buy Signal daily, that means that it's probably going for a dip that is about the lowest that it's going to have, okay? Now, judging by this, we got our first Q in here on July 9th, just a couple days ago. And then it hit Vortex, RSI, Gamma Squeeze, another list, RSI Gamma Squeeze, RSI overbought, okay. On the Ligare, RSI overbought on the Ligare. This is probably okay, that's the Gamma Squeeze. All right. So it looks like we were getting Ligare, Gamma Squeeze, and Vortex all on this day here, this July 9th, okay? The 10th, we got 2 signals. The 11th, we got 2 signals. And now here on the 12th, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 signals buy from 307 to 715. Okay. We also have some of these to look at here. So let's go over into our charts here, and let's find that TPST, which is that Tempest Therapeutics. Let's go back here on the 1 hour chart here. Had we checked our 1 hour chart, looks like we got our low with our rock bottom detector. It was valid, and then we get a signal to jump back in somewhere right around here at 1493. Unfortunately, not really unfortunate, had we taken the signal 1493 and held up until one of these exits, that's perfectly fine. But this is a 1 hour chart, okay? Let's pull it out to the weekly and see how that looks. Oh, I thought it looked a little different there for a second, but looks like this was $260. So from downside to upside, following the levels along the way, hopefully seeing this possible bottom. I don't know that that is the actual bottom, though. Looks like with this big doji, they are trying to wipe out and gain control of this entire area, okay? And we can see if that's actually a valid thing, whether the market maker is trying to take over that entire area by pulling out a market maker study or looking at our time and price opportunity, okay, which is our TPO levels. All right, so let's start out with our market move, our market maker move study. And we can look up our, let's say, cone of the probabilities, the cone of doom. All right. It doesn't look like our market maker study is going to work on this particular one. Why, is it OTC or something? It might be. It might be why we don't have any market maker move on it. All right. No Ellers today. Let's check that daily ADX greater than 30. All right, you see here we get this big down signal, even though it's a bull flag. I'd like to scan for this signal where Darvas box down is true, but price is well under the lower band. Okay, we scan for this upward signal when that happens. When this happens, that's a big blowout signal. We scan for those. I show them every single day. And if you look on, your weekly charts, I give out the weekly Darvas signals. And I give out the daily ones. Okay. And as you can see, they don't happen every single day on the daily and weekly charts. So when I do give them out, they are valid signals. That's why you need to subscribe. Okay. Now we can see we've got different levels plotted through here. All right, and let's go and pull up our TPO. Our market maker move study isn't going to work. And let's get rid of our weekly and monthly pivots. Okay. And we'll see where they have some gaps. And it looks like there is a big gap, okay? And given the fact that TPST has a average, say accepted value up here in the center at 2502 and a bottom of 2022 and a top of 3469, we can say that, given this, the current bid and ask, today was this big pop, okay? But these are these big pops that I tell you guys to look for when the TPO has this particular range, all right? And we can see here, look at that big gap right there, all right? And this big gap right here, okay? And it went up pretty high here. All right, so looking for those gaps, we can see here now that we're well below our time price opportunity on the 5-minute chart. All right, so let's check out that one. And it looks like NEO's on our swing index. And let's check out another stock that I've been tracking, and that's Got You. Okay. Now, given this one's current, action here, and watching it on the weekly, we want to be watching for when it crosses back above, and it looks like it's starting to turn back up now. So this is lovely, absolutely delightful. Let's make sure that this is the signal that we want, okay? Because when this does start to take a move, it's going straight to $60, all right, $59.53. Look at where it's at now, all right? It's been pushed down, pushed down, pushed down. Look at people buying 7 million, 5 million, 7 million, 4 million shares. I mean, 6 million, 7 million, 8, 9 million. Crazy, okay? So we can see that we are building a very, very nice, say line of support, through here. Given the current low on the daily and weekly time charts, all right? And then we see earnings coming up here. So I'd like to say that this is probably going to be, it's going to keep going down onto earnings, and then it's going to spike back up. Okay, so let's hope we see a reversal there on the weekly. On the daily, it looks like it could happen anytime now. And you see this particular move here? Look at that, look at that. All right, now you can go back. What's that look like? Okay. I'm not saying be scared. I'm just saying pay attention, all right? We may get that big giant pop. But take your profit, okay? There's no sense in leaving your money on the table just to let the hedge funds have it, to make a point. I'm pretty sure we've already made our point. Not that it's over by far. We still have a big point to make. All right, so we've got certain levels marked through here, and it looks like there's a new level that has opened up, okay, at this $35.21 level, okay? So unfortunately, this big gap here and our gaps down here, we must let you be aware that this gap exists, okay? So on the daily, we'll create at or below 34.44, all right? And we can see on this chart, that gap is right here in between where it took the big move up and everyone's trading up here and where it will break below and crash from, all right? Very good. Now, why? We shall get it. I can't quite get it to move down there. And we'll change it over. And see if anything else is coming up on our list here. Let's pull out our social sentiment. So if we find the right stocks with the right social sentiments, looks like BTC is on our list today, the Bitcoin futures. That's /BTC. Okay. And if we look at particular gap fill areas here, we can see that they are valid support and resistances. 1337.HK. Don't open up that port. Don't hack me, bro.
Which brings us to ExpressVPN.
All right, check out this beautiful trend line right through here on Wingstop. All right, beautiful. Love it. You can count your Weiss waves, your Elliott waves, however you want to count them. But we get a jump above zero, a bounce on the line, price takes off. Okay, so when we get above the accumulation swing index on the daily, we look for big moves, okay? Which is why we have our accumulation swing index studies, all right? Accumulation swing index. Let's see, I think this is a 3-minute scan. Let's go over here. I'll show you that scan so you can build it yourself and adjust it to every time frame I have. All right, now this has a lot of things in it. All right, now shares 20 million. We can change that to 2. Okay. And doing that will make it a little low floaty. It'll find some of those low floaty things. And for our close, we want a close of at least $1.10. I really don't want to see anything less. Carv and Go Ed on the 4 YouTube example. Really don't want to see anything less than $1.25. Okay, our delta 0.75. All right, so that means that it will have options and that it will be giving at least a 0.75 or greater delta. All right, we want the market maker to be involved with at least a 0.5% move, and we want a beta to be at least 0.5 or greater. On the 3 minutes, every 3 minutes, let me know. All right. And that scan, may not work. I don't, have a email alert set up for that one. Okay. Let's see the difference in this one and the other. Beta, volume, market, change percent, delta, close, shares, volume index, ASI cross above 0. Okay. Beta, volume, market maker, delta, close, shares, volume index. I see. From 1 bars ago. So if we're not looking in the past, from 1 bars ago, we may find it hard to get some of these particular scans working. Okay? All right. So let's go up in here, and I like the way that this list has shown itself today. And 50% or greater than the average volume is wonderful. All right. And so for all of the lists that I find that just don't seem to be working, let's see what we have money flowing in and out of on the daily. Okay. So this is money flow index. Crossover is true, and we've got to take out a 0 here. And we'll hit save, hit OK. And let's see if anything has the money flow. And money flowing in, money flowing out. We want to see them all. Okay. A little bit different of a list today, but it looks like we have found a couple movers. Very good. SGOC, SPI. Looks like LCAP could be a winner, and CETEX could be a winner. And Babig could be a winner. Vico Ventures Incorporated. All right. And we can see when we crossed above the swing index on the daily. Excellent signals there. All right. Very good. And of course, if you'd like to sign up for any of these, watch lists and whatnot, or you can just build them yourself, very easy. That's why I showed them to you. Wink, wink. All right. So those who are willing to put in the work do not have to pay. Those who are lazy will pay for success. Those who put in the work will be rewarded. And personally, I feel a lot better when I've learned something myself and accomplished it myself. Ooh la la, the squeeze pro daily. The squeeze pro, the RSI gamma. The pump and dump. Okay, let's check out the pump and dump. It gets out the pumped and then the dumped. TPST. Ooh la la. Okay. And let's go check out our trend periods. And daily and 4 hour might work. Looks like TBLT and MTSL. MTSL doubled. Now, the reason why I'm probably not finding all of these is because I'm not a low floaty kind of person. All right, let's see. Yeah, volume. I mean, it just didn't have the volume there. I mean, you go from less than 100,000 to 26 million with a gap fill all the way down here at the $1.97 level. Them mofos started buying it, from here, or at least left a gap fill here for themselves around the $2 level for it to crash to. Okay, so it looks like they probably started buying all of these, shares up. Anyhow, as you can see what happened, buy it through the next couple months. And then, boom, price blew up, let it settle down. And it's had little pops, throughout the way. But Darvis Daily, it doesn't really do you much good right here because had you taken that signal, I mean, you were done. No good, no bueno. All right? So expect a crash back down to this level, if not lower. Okay, just be watching. This is probably where they will extend a very long wick to. All right. And let's go and check out other trend noise periods. Let's see, same list. Oopsie. Let's go on the daily. Let's check trend noise periods on the monthly. No? And weekly. Okay. So we need to keep in mind to check up on our trend noise periods. And we're not looking for very much here. The criteria seems to be quite small. Looks like a close of 50 cents or greater. And we can go with $1.50 or greater. Let's go with $1. And we'll just go with 25. Let's see if there's any other criteria here. Okay. So we want a greater than 15 million. All right. Now we could go greater than just 1 million. Okay. Which is why we didn't get queued up on it until then. So let's change that from 15 to 1. And let's see how we change. Very good. So that gives us a very good list of stocks to watch too. All right. Perfect. All right. So I thank you for watching. Consider becoming a Patreon. Please go over and hit that like button. Help me out. Grow the channel. Do your good turn daily for somebody. I'm doing mine right now.